Hi friends, I'm Ojal. I'm studying in Poda International School in class 5th. Today, we are going to see the question answers of the English poem Daffodils, written by William Wordsworth. And before watching this video in detail, don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's start. Word galaxy. Floats, meaning moves easily or lightly. Vales, meaning valleys. Host, here a large numbers of daffodils. Fluttering, meaning the motion made by flapping up and down. Glance, meaning brief look. Jocund, meaning cheerful or merry. Pensive, meaning deeply thoughtful. Solitude, meaning the state of being alone. Fill in the blanks. A. The poet wandered as lonely as a dash. Answer: cloud. B. The daffodils were fluttering and dancing in the dash. Answer: breeze. C. The poet saw dash daffodils at a glance. Answer: 10,000. D. The dash beside the daffodils also danced in the breeze. Answer: waves. E. Memories of the daffodils filled the poet's heart with dash. Answer: pleasure. Question number 1. What was the poet doing? Answer: the poet was wandering alone in the countryside. Second, while the poet was wandering, what did he see and where did he see them? Answer: the poet saw a host of golden daffodils while he was wandering. He saw the daffodils growing beside the lake, beneath the trees. Third, how many daffodils does the poet say that he saw at a glance? Why does he say so? Answer: the poet says that he saw 10,000 daffodils at a glance. He says so in order to highlight that the whole area along the lake was covered with blooming uncountable daffodils. Fourth, why does it appear that waves and daffodils are competing? Answer: when the poet saw the daffodils, they appeared to be tossing their head in sprightly dance. The waves in the bay beside which the daffodils grew also appeared to be moving in a joyful dance. Moreover, the poet felt that the movement of the daffodils was better than that of the sparkling waves. Thus, it appears as though the daffodils and the waves were competing. Fifth, what does the first line of the poem tell you? Answer: the first line tells that the poet wanders lonely as a cloud. Sixth, what does the poet compare the daffodils to? Why does he make such a comparison? Answer: the poet compares the daffodils to the stars that shine and a twinkle in the Milky Way. The poet makes such a comparison because to him the daffodils seem to grow in never-ending lines like the stars in a galaxy. Also, the yellow daffodils seem to shine and glow brightly like the stars twinkling in the sky. 7th, read and answer the following questions. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of a bay. A. What does they refer to? Answer: they refer to the daffodils. B. What does the poet compare them to? Answer: the poet compares them to the galaxy of innumerable stars in the sky. C. Why does he do so? Answer: the glowing daffodils sparkling in the sunlight were stretched along the bay. This appeared like the twinkling stars to the poet. 8th, identify the figure of speech in the following lines. A. I wandered lonely as a cloud. Answer: simile. B. Fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Answer: personification. C. Continuous as the stars that shine. Answer: alliteration. Question number 9. What does joke and company mean? Answer. Joke and company means a cheerful company. The joyful company of daffodils was the ultimate source of pleasure for the poet, and he can feel nothing but happiness in that company. 10th. Explain the lines. Outdid the sparkling waves in glee. Answer. The poet says that there were waves which were dancing in the lake, but there was no match for the waves of daffodils rippling in the breeze. The joyful dance of daffodils was a way better than theirs. 11th. Describe the poet's thoughts on seeing the daffodils. Answer. The poet felt that one cannot be anything but happy in the company of the cheerful daffodils. The beautiful daffodils filled his heart with joy. 12th. What is the wealth the poet gained? Answer. The wealth that the poet gained from the daffodils was the wealth of happiness that fills his heart with when he thinks of the daffodils. 13th. How do we know that this show of the daffodils had a long-lasting effect on the poet? Answer. The poet gives us the vivid description of the daffodils and the place where he saw them. The poet also mentions that when he saw the daffodils, he didn't realize that the wealth, the experience he had accumulated. However, later on, when he sat in the thoughtful mood, the image of the daffodils flashed in his mind. This tells that the show of the daffodils has had a long-lasting effect on the poet. 14th. When does the poet remember the daffodils? How does he feel? Answer. The poet often remembers the daffodil when he rests on his couch in a deep and a pensive mood. The memory of the daffodils fills his heart with pleasure. 15th. Read the extract and answer the following questions. That flash upon the bliss of solitude. A. Give the synonym of the word bliss. Answer. Pleasure and happiness. B. What is referred to as they? Answer. They refers to the daffodils. C. What do they flash upon the poet's inward eye? Answer. The scene of the daffodils flash upon the poet's inward eye when he lies on his couch in a pensive mood. D. Where did the poet see them? Answer. The poet saw several daffodils fluttering in the breeze under the trees along the margin of a bay. 16th. Read and answer the following questions. When all at once a host of golden daffodils beside the lake beneath the trees fluttering and dancing in the breeze. A. How did the speaker feel when he saw the daffodils? Answer. The speaker felt light-hearted and happy when he saw the daffodils. B. How do the phrases beside the lake and beneath the trees add to the effect? Answer. The phrases beside the lake and beneath the trees convey what the speaker had observed. The reader understands that the speaker's encounter with the daffodils was not imaginary. It happened in real life. C. How does the speaker convey the idea that there were lots of them? Answer. The speaker conveys the idea that there were lots of them by using the words crowd and host. 17th. What impression does the word wandered create? What if the speaker had used the word walked instead? Would the effect have been the same? Answer. The word wandered conveys the delicate movement of a floating cloud. The speaker, much like the cloud, is not guided by any sense of direction. The word walked would not convey the same image as wandered. The word wandered creates the impression of a carefree soul. Wandered sounds more poetic than walked. 18th. Read and answer the following questions. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. A. Why does the poet say that the waves were dancing? Answer. The sparkling waves, reflecting the sunlight, kept moving back and forth in the wind and appeared to be dancing to the poet. B. What does the poet mean by outdid the sparkling waves in glee? Answer. The poet felt extremely happy and delighted in the cheerful company of the flowers. 19th. Describe the lasting impression of the daffodils on the poet. Answer. The poet was captivated by the beauty of the daffodils which he saw near the trees and by the side of the river. The daffodils tossing their heads as if dancing to the tune of the breeze, and sparkling like the stars in the galaxy in their vibrant golden color gave him great pleasure at the moment. But little did the poet realize that the delightful experience would never vanish from his mind, as whenever the poet was lonely or in a sad mood, the very flash of the golden daffodils in his mind made him happy again. Question number 20. How does the mood of the poet change in the poem Daffodils? Answer. In the beginning, the poet describes himself as a lonely cloud that floats over the hills and the valleys, thus creating a melancholic feeling. This feeling soon gives way to one of joy in the presence of rose and daffodils. The poet, who is a lover of nature, is transmitted from the world of loneliness to one of long-lasting happiness at the sight of these golden yellow flowers that provide much comfort to his lonely heart. Question number 21. How does the poem make use of contrast in the poem Daffodils? Answer. The poet was all alone and wandered aimlessly while the bright and lovely daffodils stretched along the bay and were close together. He appeared to be in melancholy mood. In the contrast, the daffodils fluttered and danced, tossing their head and displaying exuberance in their movement. Okay friends, I hope you might have liked this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share with your friends, and if you have any comment for me, write in the comment box. Bye. Thank you for watching this video.